All right, I haven't fished this section in this river down here in probably 2 years. A fly fisherman friend of mine, he came in here, he said a week and a half ago, and he said there was trout all over the place in here. I see a little teeny one right there swimming upstream. Little teeny tiny one. But we have to wait and see. Like I said, I haven't been here in like 2 years, so it's gonna be interesting to see how this creek has matured, or either upstream or downstream. Oh wow, look at that, there's like a gazillion trout right there. Only problem is that they're, geez, look at them all. They're like 5-6 inches long, so that even ain't worth it to walk down this side of the bridge. All right, let's get over here. Let's get over yonder. I'll get back in the stream down here. There's some footprints there, so somebody's been here at some point. Whoa, might have been my bud. All right, look at this little ripples right down the middle here. I like there's a little bit of a deep area here. Let's try it right down there, see if anything happens down the ripples. Fish on, fish on. I told you, go right down the ripples. All you gotta do is go down the middle of this fast stuff most of the time. A lot of these trout, they're hovering in there, and they just kind of hit it right away. They just react and smack it. They don't even give it time to figure out what it is. They just see it and they figure there's probably 2 or 3 other trout next to them, and they're probably thinking, well, geez, I better hurry up and get that before old Stewart over here on the other side of me gets it. So, all right, he's barely hooking his lip. The hand's soaking wet here. I just got it all wet. The hook's barely in his mouth. All right, first fish of the day. He's a junior mint. Hold on a second here, let me fix my camera. There you go, first fish of the day. He's kind of a junior mint, but hey, say hello, say I'm first fish of the day. Then say hi, Slayermike. All right, we'll get you free. There he goes, into the water. Who knows where he went? I don't see him going that way, so I'm only to guess that he might be down here in the little muddy area, just hanging out until he can see where he's going. I don't see him. Oh well, we're here. All right, let's keep moving. I guess that's a good sign. First fish. It wasn't on the first cast though. It took a while, but I did get it. Awesome.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
Just a little tech tip here, you know, it's like, you see that water running right down the middle of the creek right there, and it's kind of fast and moving. It's kind of like a, you know, like the little waves and stuff. You might think, okay, that might not be a good spot to go. But you know what? That's probably one of the best spots you can find on some of these streams, especially when summertime comes around. Right now we're in early spring, so it's a little bit slow still, because, you know, some of these fish are pretty much schooled up in these big holes still. But right there in that section right there is where I caught this last fish. And basically what they do is they're sitting in there with like probably about 4 or 5 other fish. And things are coming down by them. They don't have a chance to really look at it and wait for, you know, to grab it. Because if there's another fish right next to it that's going to grab it instead of them, they're going to go for it. So they get a little bit more greedy in spots like this. So you see stuff like that, give it a shot. You never know, because it might work out. I've caught some pretty big fish in these little, small, little, shallow little runs like that. So just a tip from me to you. There you go. What's that? Oh, look at that. Right there. Swimming right along in there. See him? He's going there. I thought it was a fish.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
Fish on, boys and girls. Fish on. What do we got here? Pretty decent feeling, whatever he is. All right, what's this, a brown trout? That is, it's a brownie. All right, we're gonna get our hands wet here, and we're just gonna get him off without the net. I don't think I'm gonna need him. He's got a lip hook, so he's not barely hooked at all. All right, check out that junior. There's a lure I caught him on. It's just a plain old gold, not much of anything. It's about a 1/4 ounce, that's about it. All right, we're getting junior free here. All right, there we go. All right, you guys saw him. And there he goes back in to where he came from, which is probably a bad thing for me, because he probably go in there and tell all the trout that are in there that I'm here. So
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
all right, let's go way in there. He'll never make it that far before I can catch another one, possibly. Oh, got another one. All right, look at this guy jump. Woohoo! I think he's gonna get off the hook, and he did. He got off the hook. 0.5. People ask me, they go, well, geez, why do you put these 0.5s in your videos? You know why? Because every fish is a celebration. You should be happy that you're out here, that you're out in nature, you're enjoying all this beauty, Right now it's not as beauty as it could be because there's not enough green around, but otherwise from that it looks beauty. You get to be in this beautiful stream, you get to catch fish. What more could you ask for? I'll try it again out there. A couple more times before we walk up through there. You just never know. Oh, something hit it. Hey, what'd I tell you? You just never know. Is there any weeds on there? Nope. So that was assuming that was just a fish. So how's the hooks looking? Looking good and crunchy. All right, let's get moving. Let's get on this side for now. Then we'll kind of get way over there on that far side by the middle of that run where it's coming down at right there off that corner. And I got a fish. See that? Told you. Check it out. All right, I got another one. Look at him spinning like a little alligator. He's not even that big, but geez, he's fighting like he's a gigantic beast. All right, we'll get our hands wet here. What do we got? What do we got? It's a brown trout. Just a little peanut of a brown trout. And I'm using a pretty big spinner too. All right, whoa, whoa. Whoa, dude. There we go. Another little itty bitty guy. Say hello. All right, say goodbye. There he goes. Back over there. Oh, look at him swimming over there. He's swimming over there. He's going back up to where he came from. Woohoo. Oh, got one right there. The little tiny guy was chasing it, and this guy decided that he's going to take it instead. All right, maybe we'll lose him. And I did. All right, he fell off. I didn't have to touch him. All right, I'll take a 0.5 fish every day of the week. I love 0.5 fish. I don't really have to handle them. It works so much better for me. I doubt there's a fish there. But we can try it. Look at all the fish right here. There's like, in this spot right here, I'm looking, look at it, there's like, they're like this big. And right here in this spot, I know you guys can't see, I can start bringing my other camera with. There has to be 30 or 40 of them right here, easily. But they're like that big. And they're just little, tiny, small ones. Look at them all. There's just a huge amount of them right here in this pool. All right, let's go up there by that log and pull it through there, just for the fun of it.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
All right, let's try over here. It looks kind of could be good, but who knows? Oh, got one. Ah, he jumped out of the water. Did you see that? That was too funny. I didn't want to get up too close. I was afraid they'd see me here, you know? And I caught a 0.5. 0.5. Wow, this is a lot shallower. There has to be a beaver dam upstream here. Yeah, this is way different. And this spot right here used to be over your knees, and by the time I get up to where I'm at right now, back in the day, it used to be up to your waist. Right now, it ain't anywhere. Whoa, whoa. It's hard to walk through for sure. That's a big deal. Whoa, whoa. I might have to find a solid spot here. Whoa. I don't think there is many solid spots here. Guys, I got one. All right, I'm going down to my knee for a second. I gotta try to get through this spot. Man, there's so much mud here. One knee in front of the other one. So you can walk like this, and it's really thick stuff. If I stood up right now, I'd be up past my knees in this mud. So the only thing I do right now is you put your legs flat. If you really wanted to do it that way. Otherwise, you can try to fight it. And all it's gonna do is get you stuck. And it's gonna hurt something. Like gonna mess up your knee. So this way here, I was able to get over safely to the bank without sinking in past my knees. Another way to do it is get yourself a walking stick, and you won't have a problem either, but apparently I never learned. Oh gosh. That is horrible. I can almost guarantee it, so. All right, let's just try it up there across that spot real fast. Oh, got one finally. All right, check it out. All right, look at this guy. There's a nice little brown trout. All right, I'm gonna get the net out because every time I try to get it by hand here. I keep dropping them. All right, we got another brownie. Not a big one. Not a big one at all. He's about medium size to normal. Hey, quit spinning there. He's like, it ain't helping you. He's spinning here in the net with me holding on to him like, and he almost got the hook right in my finger. And I don't want to have him have any problems. I want to get him on his way. There you go. That's like the first junior I've caught in a while, but hey, why not? I'm still having a good time, and he is too because he's free. And he just went right over there. All right, well, let's keep going. Just feels like there's a beaver dam going on up here. I can't prove it yet. It sure feels like there's a beaver dam ahead of me. The water's just so weird. All right, let's try something here. This looks like a good run off this grass on this far side here. Let's go up that way. I'll pull it through there, see what happens. Ooh, fish came out. Fish got it. Right there, here we go. We got one. All right, it took a little while. Hands are wet. We got a tiny little bitty brown trout here. All right, well, he's just a peanut. He's a peanut and a half. There we go. Just a little dwarf. He can go into that lower section down here. There's a big pool right there. I wasn't catching any fish there, so he'll have it all to himself. All right. Interesting. Somebody broke the dam down on one side. So who knows what's going to be going on up here. The whole side of the dam's been tore out right there. So who knows? It just feels like something's going on because there's so much happening here. Fish on right away, and then he threw the hook. All right. Fish on right away. Fish on, fish on. All right, let's try that again. Let's try the little ones. Oh, look at this guy. This guy shot out of nowhere. I hate picking him up on the rocks, but man, that was terrible. All right, well, I didn't get to catch on this guy. Look at this dude. This dude is huge. He was right here. I just dropped the spinner in and he just came out and blasted it like a super fast. All right, guy. Here he goes back into the water, and which way to go, who knows. Oh, that was really cool. Oh, got one. Got me another one. As long as he makes it to the net, I don't have him yet. All right, there's another small brown trout. But hey, I'm catching fish, and compared to last week, or not last week, week before, I wasn't even seeing a fish. So I'll take it any day. Hands are sopping wet. A minute ago, I kind of took a dip. So yeah, I hear you there, slimy McGiggles. We'll get you on your way there. Say hello, and we're gonna say goodbye. There you go. Slippery McGiggles. He's underneath that branch right there right now. All right, let's keep moving. You're gonna see something that said brain malfunction. You'd be, why the heck did he talk about brain malfunction? Well, you know what happened is I forgot to format my memory card. And I got out there and I got 3/4 of the way through that stream and my camera went beep, 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 beep. And I thought, oh no, what happened? The batteries are dead. So I changed the battery out, put the battery back in. It was going along again. I was like, beep, 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 and shut off again. I thought, oh, what the heck? Is there something broken on it? And I took and looked at it, turned it back on again, and it said memory card full. So apparently I didn't take and clean it out before I went going. All I was thinking about before I left the house too is that I should format that memory card. But of course I didn't. So I missed a whole, well, 1/4 of the way up. Really wasn't a lot that I missed. There was still some good fishing areas ahead of me, which I'll go do that again some other time. But for now, I'm just gonna kind of like, you know, just keep doing what I'm doing. I got to get some stuff together. I got to get some video footage up. I got to go in for a knee scope soon, and on the 4th, I think it is. And I got to get a couple videos and ready in advance. So when I have that downtime where I'm healing and I got to get this all bandaged up and stitches and all that other fun stuff, that I can focus on, you know, getting strong and getting things back into shape so I can get going. Otherwise from that, that's about all that's going on in my life. Just nonstop videos, catching trout, having fun, getting out there and enjoying myself. I'm using this wind muff on the top of my camera right now John Gunner's Outdoors. I think that he had one of these like little foam muffs that you put on top of his camera. It kind of broke the wind, so it wasn't so windy. So I'm gonna try it right now on this camera and see how well they work out, because that's what's on there. But well, you know, the one time I go to test it, there's really not a lot of wind. There's a little bit of wind, but not enough that I was kind of hoping for. I was going for a big breeze, but of course there wasn't any. Anyways, there's gonna be head over here, there's gonna be playlist over here. Go check out the tips, tricks, and techniques, the places I fish and the driftless, places that I go, things that I do when I make a bad decision and don't format the memory card and I lose about a quarter of the trip. Anyways, like I said, we'll do that again in the future, but just not right now. All right. Anyways, I'm gonna get out of here at home, put this video together, and, you know, do what I do. Anyways, thank you very much, and have a great day, and I will catch you on the next episode. Thank you for tuning in.